My name is Kevin McBride. I am coming here in support of Joe Roland in Precinct 4 of Caldwell County. He's the county commissioner there, and we're facing there in Caldwell County, particular eminent domain land grab, where people are filing cases against him, and they shouldn't be filing cases against him with LLCs. These people are doing things in closed doors, all because they're trying to overthrow our national security, our national way of life. They're trying to cancel our culture. People are getting mad because he wanted to do a vote to have a statue removed. It was an issue brought up to him, and as a county commissioner who's well respected, whom they've disrespected with this eminent domain land grab, trying to turn Caldwell County into a trash field, it's not constitutional or morally correct. So what if he wants to do things in order? So he should be allowed to do things in order, because the people that are filing these lawsuits with these LLCs are being funded by these globalistic people who just drop money in houses, and then other people go get the money, and then they file bogus lawsuits in federal court or state court. That's what they do. They want to change our country to socialism. Socialism and communism go hand in hand. There's really not too much difference. Okay, if they don't like what you say, they come against you. They get the ignorant black folks in the community to come against other black folks of power. Okay, to bring them down and to disrespect the respectable. How dare you disrespect Joe Roland, who I've met, who I have shaken his hands, and how I know, based on what I've seen, all of his awards, all his certificates, and these people don't even have him on the board.
And why isn't Joe Roland on that committee? Thank you.
You know, they put dumps in places of weakness. They put dumps in places where they think the people aren't strong enough to fight, with large minority communities, large poor communities. That's the way this game is played. Joe Roland is standing up and is being insulted every step of the way. What the Caldwell County Commissioners have done to Joe Roland is insulting. It's his precinct. It's his folks. They don't want a dump, period.
That is a total disrespect to American culture, American life, and just because there's a racist statue that he said, just give a vote. If the people want it, keep it. If they don't, remove it. There's no problem there. You got ignorant black folks coming against him because of what he said. You coming up to his business, his place of business and all that stuff, and it should be a nice surprise for you if you come back, okay? Because you shouldn't come back. Because unless you're coming to say, I'm sorry for what I've done, Joe Roland, you've been a great guy, and I'm sorry for disrespecting you. Okay, there's a cultural thing, okay, about this statue. Okay, General Lee. So what? Leave General Lee's statue alone, okay? He's dead and stinking. He's either burning in hell or whatever. He was a piece of shit. You don't have to take his statue down, you know? I mean, because you need to teach this history to the kids, you know, like, hey, General Lee did this, but this is what this other person did. Put some more statues up there so it won't just be General Lee and you want his statue removed. These globalistic people that don't like the United States of America's freedoms are coming in with bags of money, and these gullible ass people are moving on it. Eminent domain is a tactic to take away people's land. It's a land grab, and it's not right. The people of Caldwell County do not want eminent domain to be a part of their living situation in Caldwell County. You cannot come through and bulldoze and make a landfill for trash in their community. There's rich people there, there's poor people there, and they don't want eminent domain. They do not want y'all taking over their land. And if anything, I just want to let you know this. I'm 15% Apache, 5% Comanche Indian. The Apaches and the Comanches were the ones who were trying to take back America from the white man. So there's racist Mexicans, there's racist black people, there's racist white people, and how dare you call Joe Roland racist when he's not? He loves all people. And because he don't agree with y'all's tactics, these globalistic people behind closed doors who giving bags of money to people to push their agenda, they're filing LLCs and the Third Court of Appeals. And I believe Darlene Bain and all the other people there are going to get these reports, and they got this report about Caldwell County. They got to vote on this, and the Supreme Court here in Austin and the Appeals Court here in Austin, Texas, to say, you know, what's going on? Where are the defendants? Where are the petitioners? I mean, y'all are bringing these charges against Joe Roland in Precinct 4, and you don't even got him on the board. It's an oxymoron. It's a positive and a negative. You know, so how dare you disrespect the respected? You have no respect for the people that have gave their long heart, sweat, and tears, who's given their heart. This man has been awarded so many rewards. I can show you a list of his awards, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, just look up Joe Roland's name. And there should be some good stuff out there, unless it's been altered by people that don't love our city, our state, who just because he doesn't want to do things the way these globalists is doing. I went to Lanier High School. Now it's called something else, Northeast or whatever. You know, I'm like, I went to Lanier High School. I'm a Lanier Viking, okay? And so this is in Austin, Texas. And y'all changed the name. I'm still a Viking, okay? I don't care about this white power shit. I don't care about this black power shit. I don't care about these global power shit, because at the end of the day, you cannot change something that people don't want to be changed when you don't have the actual vote of the people. Joe, he wants to get the votes of the people so they can make an intelligent decisions about their land, their city. Just like in Manor, these people wanted to run a toll road all the way through Manor, so when people fly by on the toll road, they'll pass Manor, and then it'll be an economical crisis in Manor. You know, and so what they did, they went to the city council. The people of Manor met at the city council, and the people on the council listened to the people. Not what they're doing in Caldwell County. They're doing in Caldwell County is the total opposite. They're just saying, well, we're going to do, these people are weak, they have no power. We're going to do what we want to do. No, you're not going to do what you want to do. You're going to get your shit, and you're going to take this global money and send it back to these motherfuckers across the seas or wherever they're from, in the little shells and the little basements that they're hiding in, dumping money, offloading it for you foolish ass people in America. Leave Caldwell County alone, okay? This is not constitutional. It's morally incorrect, and you need to listen to what you know, the people are saying. You can't just disregard what they're saying because they're not saying what you want. So what? Leave the statue there. Okay? It's not going to hurt or anything. Just build other statues to say, hey, this is what General Lee did, but this is what this person did to overcome what General Lee did. That's all you got to do. You don't have to cancel the culture, and then so when people grow up and our kids grow up in the future, they won't know anything about their history. All they know about your bullshit from globalistic societies. Like, okay, communism and socialism go hand in hand. They want to turn America into socialism. They want to strong arm people that don't agree with them. They changed Agenda 21 to a different name. Just like when Enron went down, they took all the people from the money, they took money from the people, and then they went bankrupt or whatever. They squandered the money. Then they changed the name to another name, but it's still the same demon. Okay, the same snake in the grass in Texas. Okay, they changed the name. Okay, so you sue them and then they change the name. Okay, so just like these LLC companies, they use LLC so they can't be sued. Because if they were real men, they would come straight up. You know, just like in the movie 300. This is America. Well, this is Caldwell. Okay, and this is Sparta. You know. I love that movie, you know, Rise of the Empire and 300, because sometimes you got to stand for something, at least you fall for it all. So how dare you disrespect Joe Roland and all the people that he represents and trying to protect people in the community and giving them an outlet to speak, and you don't even got him on the board.
No, that's a bit of a problem. See, rumor has it the Athenians have already turned you down. And if those philosophers and boy lovers found that kind of nerve, then...
We must be diplomatic.
And of course, Spartans have their reputation to consider.
Choose your next words carefully, Leonidas. They may be your last as king.
Madman. You're a madman.
Earth and water. But you'll find plenty of both down there.
No man, Persian or Greek, no man threatens a messenger.
You bring the crowns and heads of conquered kings to my city steps. You insult my queen. You threaten my people with slavery and death. Oh, I've chosen my words carefully, Persian. Perhaps you should have done the same.
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
Madness. This is Sparta!
And why isn't Joe Roland on that committee? Thank you.
Y'all some pieces of shit, okay? I don't respect people that disrespect the elderly, okay? This man is well respected. He's well loved. I met him. I looked him in his eyes. The Bible says the eye is the window to the soul. And for you guys to come in here and try to strong arm people and kick them off their land, hell to the no. This is our land. This is our land. Like I said, I'm 15% Apache, 5% Comanche. And you know, you white men, you took our land. These Spanish people that bamboozled the slaves when they came here, you took our land. You're telling us that white people are bad. No, they're not all bad. Okay? Y'all are just as bad as the white man, you Mexicans. Some of you black people are just as bad as these Mexicans and some of these white people that are evil, okay? Not all white people are evil, okay? They need to be defended. He's not white, but you know what? He's well respected and he's loved. And just like in that movie, Four Brothers, just watch the movie Four Brothers, okay? You'll see the perfect combination of all races coming together. In Caldwell County, there's all races coming together. They do not want y'all to take their city and turn it into a trash dump. Who would? You know? So, to do things right, you have to have a vote. That's just common sense. Just like common sense voting. You got to have an ID to vote. Democrats don't want you to have IDs to vote because they want illegal voting. They want that to stay on the table. So now they go to Washington, D.C. to stop a voting common sense bill, waste money. Now they got warrants for their arrest when they come back to Texas, Austin, Texas, and they should have never went in the first place because they've been called to help change things and help things in our country. They've been commissioned to do things here in our city, and they're going to Washington without the jurisdiction of going there, and now they're in trouble. So I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm an independent. I spank police asses. I spank judges' asses from land passes. Okay, if you're wrong, you're wrong. The Bible talks about the righteous judges. It talks about unrighteous judges too, and what they're going to get when they get judged themselves. Because there's a day coming where every one of us is going to stand before the judgment seat of God. And there is no separation of church and state, just so you know. Because who you are in private is who you are in public. And so you cannot say that there's a separation. Who you are and what you believe in, you take it into your office. Okay, if you didn't, you've been a hypocrite.
And what about the TCEQ, the watchdogs of the Texas environment? They gave Green Group a permit anyway.
Why are we letting people that violate our environmental laws, destroy the evidence, continue to operate in Texas? Their licenses should be taken away if they are not following the law.
I'm worried about the people that lives there. Those are my people, and they are in danger. They're in serious danger.
The local politicians may have caved, but folks in Caldwell County are still fighting. And the best evidence of what's wrong with this proposed dump being put next to a high-hazard dam is now before a state district court judge.
If it fails and if that dam breaches, there was a report stated that there's going to be 318 lives at stake here if that breaches, but yet the TCEQ ignored that and also permitted this landfill.
You're not taking Caldwell County and turning it into a landfill. Take your bags of money and send it off into a rocket ship and shoot it off in space. Matter of fact, you can maybe get Elon Musk. He'll shoot it up there with the experimental rockets he got. You shoot it all the way up in there, okay?
And some of the best new evidence? Well, it comes from Green Group. I like to call it a confession. It's the sure we cheated, but we don't care defense. In their extensive legal filings just submitted in Travis County, both Green Group and the TCEQ freely admit engineers destroyed soil samples, but they argue no harm, no foul. Quoting, plaintiffs conducted their own investigation, allowing them to contest the evidence offered by 130 EP.
And oh yeah, sorry, we don't have any photographs of it. We don't have any field notes by the actual drilling technician who was out there. We don't have any of the soil samples. Just trust us.
Here's the rub. It takes a heck of a legal fight to get to test the dump site on your own, and a bucket of money. And that's why companies like Green Group like to put their dumps where poor people live. Harder for them to fight back. Remember, Green Group wanted to put a dump in Waller County along Highway 6. It took years, millions of dollars, to prove their engineering was wrong there. Those samples have been destroyed too, and it was the same engineers who worked on both projects. For a while, Green Group had a piece of a proposed toxic waste dump here in Laredo. That's done too, so their only remaining prize is this piece of land right next to the High Hazard Dam, above an aquifer in Caldwell County. The only difference in this story is that the politicians simply aren't willing to help their people fight. So let me get this straight. Gutless politicians in Caldwell County are now forcing their citizens to fight to keep the dump from being built. Really? The Caldwell County siting ordinance was passed just 3 months after Green Group had filed just parts of its application.
Because usually we don't see an ordinance until after we've received an application. But we consider the time of receipt as our trigger. So if we receive the permit application prior to the ordinance, we will continue processing the application.
The citizens group EPIC argues the full application wasn't in when the ordinance was passed, that the TCEQ permit approved simply isn't legal. It is a fight that will at least delay the 130 dump, maybe for years. But the court documents help expose the joke the TCEQ is becoming.
Do you ever reject any application for a permit for a landfill if the local citizens are opposed to it?
We have not at this time.
In other words, don't hold your breath for the TCEQ to care what you think.
File the permit and they will come and we'll grant them. It don't matter. They're here for one reason, to permit landfills.
There's no question they did Green Group a big favor, ignoring warnings the site was simply too dangerous, the engineering flawed. You would think that Green Group's conduct in Waller County would have raised a big giant red flag. The TCEQ may have missed it, but I didn't.
We've said all along the TCEQ is just kind of a rubber stamp organization. They never really considered the items of the permit. Whatever the applicant puts down is the gospel truth.
And that's why Green Group doesn't seem worried about their confession. Quoting, that argument can't support reversal, even if this court were to agree that different findings could have been reached. We should all watch this case in Austin because it's a real test of the TCEQ's power to simply ignore people, to ignore the evidence, to even ignore violations of their own darn rules. Stay tuned.
All right, well, you have a great day. God bless you. And Lord, help our country, help the people of Caldwell County, and help people come together in unity. Because in unity, God commands the blessings. And how dare you people say, because these people don't have money down there, the poor people, that they don't have a right to speak. They have a right to speak. The woman who gave 3 pennies in the Bible, she gave more than all the rich people. So how dare a government official or anybody not have the commissioner, who's the commissioner of Caldwell County, not on the board of the commission board, and while y'all are making decisions for the county that you have no jurisdiction over without the approval, and y'all have done this. It's totally inappropriate, it's totally wrong, and I'm asking you to back the hell up or you're going to get smacked the hell up. Straight up. We're not having it. If you want to go to war, we're going to take you to war. Okay, and I'm going to tell you right now, okay, in the spirit, in the federal level, in the state level, if you want to start a civil war, so be it. Because the people of Caldwell County are not having it. I promise you. They're not having it. There's too many passionate people there. There's some ignorant black folks there, and there's some ignorant white folks there, ignorant Mexican folks there. Stop calling all this stuff as being all white problems. It's not all white problems. Look in your own house before you start judging other people's houses. Look at your own house. But these people are, like I said, these people are not even connected to our city or state. They're giving money to push an agenda for socialism that leads to communism. That's the ultimate end game. That's what they want. They want to subdue and take dominion and do a land grab so that we're in debt to all these other countries, and then we're in debt. So when they want to defund our police, they want to defund our military, they want to take over our country right under our nose, and we're sleeping with the enemy. Eminent domain is the wrong type of tactic that's not good for no one. Okay, so like Agenda 21, Agenda 21, the name has been changed to Agenda 22 or some other name, but it's the same demon. It's the same snake in the grass in Texas, as I said before. You know, it's not right. All them people took the money from people from way back in the day, you know, like even with Enron. They changed the name, you know, but that's what happened. That's what people do when they want to hide. They don't want to change. Okay, we did it wrong this time, so let's try this. Okay, let's file another LLC and change our name to this in Caldwell County in another way. Okay, let's take Caldwell County. Let's take all the small towns first, and then we'll concentrate on the big cities next. Hell to the no. You know, that's not going to work, okay? You're going to start a civil war, World War III or World War IV, whatever you want to go, because, you know, we the people, we have the right to freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You people are trying to silence us. You're trying to call people to basically report other people that you feel are terrorists, domestic terrorists. Y'all are the domestic terrorists. You globalistic people are the domestic terrorists because you're using this eminent domain and you're pumping money into our city and state that we don't need. We need to send their money back and say, we don't need your money. We'll build what we got. We'll trust in God, and God will make a way out of no way. In Jesus' name I pray. This is Kevin McBride. I'm signing off. And you haven't heard the last of me, I promise you, because greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. And we need to stand up for Caldwell County. This is a call to action. Joe Roland, Joe, you're an awesome man. And all the people that have supported him in all these years, we need to stand up and defend this man and help him. He's the elder of this particular city, and he's the commissioner of Precinct 4 of Caldwell County. Joe Roland, God bless y'all, and thank y'all for listening. This is Kevin McBride. I'm signing off on behalf of Caldwell County, who needs to be defended in a way that needs to stand in court, federal court, and the Third Court of Appeals. So now it's a call to action for the Third Court of Appeals to rule righteously and unbiasedly. We're the defendants. We're the petitioner filing all these lawsuits with LLCs. It should be thrown out of court. Leave Caldwell County alone.